ambulances mount the footpath, patients are wheeled in off the street.
It's the latest example of how under pressure and under stress our emergency departments actually are.
This is what the Royal Prince Alfred looked like this morning, but the New South Wales Health Department said 97% of patients were transferred to the ED within 30 minutes. Adding a number of ambulances can arrive around the same time. This does not necessarily mean patients experience delays.
Seeing the ramping outside a hospital is a symptom of what's going on inside the hospital.
According to the Bureau of Health, 21% of patients waited more than 30 minutes in the back of an ambulance, the highest since recording began in 2013. Of these, 10% waited longer than 54 minutes, while 42% of the most critical emergency department patients were not treated on time, and 1 in every 13 left the ED without or before completing treatment.
Whether you go to the official data or speak to a frontline health worker, they will tell you they've never been under more pressure.
This comes in the same week as the New South Wales Parliament announced an inquiry into ambulance ramping and the impacts it's having on emergency departments across the state. But there are calls for the inquiry to go even further.
A full Royal Commission into where the health dollar is going, where the chokeage points are and where the efficiencies need to be.
The Premier has just arrived back in Sydney after a 10-day trade mission. Amy Clements is at the airport. Amy, Mr Perrottet's trip has been overshadowed by scandals, including having to defend one of his ministers against bullying allegations.
That's right, and Labor is calling for a full investigation into complaints made against Eleni Patinos. On his final day in India, the Premier was forced to deny that she has a history of bullying staff in her office. Not a good look for the Safe Work Minister.
A conversation between the Premier and the Minister from India is not enough to get to the bottom of multiple complaints.
Of course, Mr Perrottet will also have to deal with the ongoing John Barilaro trade saga, again forced to defend one of his senior ministers, Stuart Eyre, over providing misleading information to Parliament about his involvement in the appointment. So putting out fires on all